all right. And we're back. Welcome to another episode of And in This Corner podcast, where we settle the score on who's the best. That includes best music, best movies, best TV, best anything. And you know my slogan: if you don't agree, debate your auntie. Today, we got a special guest, an artist with a real journey. From early industry success to stepping into his own identity, he's evolved into a sound that's honest, intentional, and most importantly, all his. Formerly known as Brian J, but now he's moving to a new. That's I got it right? Brian J.
Yep. You're right.
To JaXon Gállery.
Yep.
And he's bringing that growth into his upcoming project in the key of us. Yep. We're going to focus on that. We're going to talk about the music, the growth, and what people can expect from this new chapter. JaXon, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing, first and foremost, but I want to appreciate you for the opportunity. But that slogan, that needs to go on a T-shirt.
It's coming. It is coming.
That needs to be on a T-shirt. You feel me? That's great.
It's coming, bro. It's coming, bro. But we were just chopping it up just a little bit. Prior, tell us about your background, your upbringing, where you're from.
Man, my upbringing. I'm from this really small town south of Atlanta called Hogansville. Literally maybe 2,000 people. Everybody knows everybody, so the love is always genuine. It's always honest. I think initially that's what I learned how to love, how to fight. How to enjoy, and also how to express myself. I think, growing up in my family, there wasn't a lot of rap played at like cookouts and stuff like that. So it was a lot of Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Luther, Sam Cooke, Anita Baker. So it was like just growing up, hearing so much incredible music that had so much life into it. That definitely has influenced my take on music now. But I grew up playing sports, which is crazy, but I was always known as the kid who was always singing, even when I was playing travel baseball or basketball. So I feel like music has always been like a secret love of mine that became my wife in a sense. Like, music is me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What church, any church, singing in church, or just?
Oh yeah, I started in church. So so my cousin, I feel like all singers or anybody in music kind of started in church. But I just think church cultivates the concept of artist development. For me, that person was Sarah Jenkins and Eddie Robinson, which are both cousins of mine. Eddie played piano and led the choir as well, and so did my cousin. So that's where I really got into music. I did my first solo. I was like 5. I remember I had on all white and I had a red bow tie. I don't know what my parents was on that day, but I just remember that moment and that feeling that I was super nervous, and I don't even know why, but from that moment, I fell in love with the feeling that it gave people, like seeing people standing up and shouting and cheering and crying. I was like, oh, I want to be a part of this energy. I think with baseball, it's more of a quiet sport. It's not as loud, but with music, it's an instant feeling, it's instant emotion. The music gives you these pockets to relate to, or the lyrics can do so. And it's like I've always loved music and everything about music. I just never understood why, because again, I was only 5. But now it's like I understand why I loved it then, because I love it even more now. So yeah, that's pretty much me in my creation of music in a nutshell.
It's funny you mentioned the all white, because growing up, Greater Faith, 13th Street Church of God.
Come on.
I grew up, Gospel Angels Choir. We had royal blue pants, a white shirt, and white dress shoes.
Come on.
And I stood up and I had to lead this. I had to lead the song as well. Couldn't sing. Whether you could sing or not, you're singing in the choir
for sure.
Yeah, and
don't matter.
I remember the reason why I pray so hard or sing so hard, one of the two. And
right.
It's just back and forth cadence or whatever. But like you said, it's artist development, and it teaches you how to perform in front of an audience.
For sure.
I definitely agree with you on your sentiments on that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. Church definitely has a way of
it does.
I'm not gonna say forcing you, but it definitely has a way of getting you out of your comfort zone. Like I remember, my cousin Eddie hearing me sing for the first time and him being like, "Yeah, you can sing. I want you to learn this song." And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, I want you to learn this song." And I remember every Sunday we would rehearse this song. And one day he was like, "You ready?" And even back then he would call me B. "Yo, you ready, B?" And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't think anything of it until that Sunday. And I remember being in the choir behind the pastor. And I remember he gave me this look. That was my cue. He was like, and it was almost like it took me like 3 days to get down there. It was only 10 steps, but it felt like 3 days. I was so nervous. And I remember just holding the mic and I wasn't saying anything. And I just heard people say, "You can do it, baby. Come on, baby." And it's like, you know what? I can. Let me sing. And I think church has a special way of getting you out of your comfort zone and allowing you to explore you. Yeah, man. Church, I needed church.
Church allows you to, in my humble opinion, they don't tell you if you can or you can't. They allow you to, go and sing. Hey, I want to sing. Whether you can sing or not,
100%.
They allow you to, whether from the old to the youth. So
100%.
Church is definitely the development ground for a lot of you singers.
For sure. I don't know a singer that didn't come out of church.
Most people who we interview, they always background is in church. Background is in church. It's growing up church. So that's one of the beauties of the connection between a lot of you singers, especially the ones we interview. So
for sure,
very rarely. You had a name change from Brian J to now you're JaXon Gállery.
Yeah.
What changed in you that made that shift necessary?
Man, I think that shift was necessary because I had outgrown the idea and concept of Brian J. JaXon Gállery was for me like the liberation. It was the freedom. I think being with labels, I don't think they cared at that time. I don't think they cared about a name. I think for them it was like, your name's Brian, okay, and your last name's Jackson, okay, Brian J. Cool, that's you as an artist. And there was no thought, there was no identity in it. I didn't have a say-so in it. Yeah. And it's like, as an artist, my main job is to discover who I am fully and express that outwardly for people to experience me at my fullest. And I think when I realized that and started writing my own music and producing somewhat my own music as well, I had outgrew the idea of Brian J because Brian J was just this robot in a sense where it's like there was no control, there was no access, there was no opinion, there was no ownership. You know what I mean? It was just, this is who we think you are. Now go and be that. And when I separated myself from the label, it's like I had to look at me and like, yo, who am I? What's the idea that I want to represent? What am I inspired by? And I understood that Brian J served a great purpose for me to get started, and JaXon Gállery picked up the torch for me to run this marathon that only I could run. I think Brian J anybody could have ran that because I was just at a label and there was no intention in it. But with JaXon Gállery, there's a purpose, there's intention, there's a knowing, there's a unknowing that's fearless. I think Brian J was scared. You know what I mean? It was like, I'm just here. And JaXon Gállery was like, no, nigga, I'm here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. That's the intentionality of ownership.
For sure.
Now you own who you have, who you are today. 100%. And now you're able to guide and go which way, and you can explore, I guess.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah, I love it.
100%.
When people say your sound is refreshing and different, does that give you pressure, or does it validate you?
Man, I think it there's a small bit of pressure to deliver, right? But I also look at it like I like you. You know what I mean? Because the music isn't like this fake concept of me. I'm just genuinely writing what I want to with my life experiences, with the music that I feel connected to. And you know, Prince being a huge influence on the idea of being an artist and the artistry of being an artist. I think when people tell me that they like my music or it's refreshing, I feel like people saying, yo, you aren't like all the other artists that I'm listening to. If there's something that feels like you are genuinely being you and you are expressing your music in a way that makes me feel something that I felt before with some other big artists, or I haven't felt in a while, and it feels good to feel it again.
Yeah.
That's how I take it.
Yeah.
Because that's what it felt like for me, you know, with writing hundreds of songs to, at the end of it all, the last 7 songs that I wrote were the songs that I was like, oh, I know my pocket. You know, I know my key. I know my genre. I know my vibe. I know my energy. I know what I want to say. So yeah, that for me, that's just I feel like people are saying, yeah, I support you because I believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think a lot of the artists that we grew to love, what they found, like you stated, once you found your lane and you found your pocket and you found what works for you, but not from a robotic standpoint, from how a record label wants you to be, but more of a what feels good for yourself. That's where, for me, where that connection and that's where that love starts to really hone in, and it really starts to formulate into this aura of this is me now.
For sure.
Give me you 100%. All. Yeah.
100%.
Prince, you mentioned Prince as far as and I'm kind of jumping around, but you mentioned Prince as far as an artist and the way that he controlled his artistry and the music that he wanted to put out. Did he influence your style in any kind of way?
Sure.
For sure. I hear it.
Man, Prince was, because, you know, it's so crazy, like, thinking about it. I think growing up, everybody was like, Michael Jackson is the one. James Brown is the one. And it's like, yeah, you're right. They're the one. Yeah. And then you realize that, yeah, Michael Jackson is special in his own right. Yeah. You know, James Brown is special in his own right. But then it's like you start to draw more to something that you feel a connection with. And when I heard Prince and started just discovering films and stuff that he's done for his projects, his honesty in his music, his sexual aura in his music that like drove women a certain way. And I was like, man, I want to be, I mean, Prince danced a little bit, yeah, but it's like, but I don't want to have to rely on a certain thing because I didn't feel like that was my lane. Like I felt like as a black man, and it's like, oh, you black, you light skin, and you sing, so you have to dance. And that was like this thing that I felt like labels put on artists to do. And it's like, man, like y'all want me to be a nigga. You know what I mean? Like, y'all want me to put on this show for y'all. Like, I remember when we used to go to labels and they used to be like, yeah, they would literally play your music and it'd be like people sitting back looking like, all right, perform, nigga. And honestly, that's really how it felt because it was like they weren't moving or enjoying the music. They were looking at you as if like you don't belong. Like it, but it's like, yo, y'all pay for my plane ticket to get here. Yeah. Y'all know who I am, right? Y'all have heard my music so much so that y'all say, yo, we should do a deal with this person. But then I get there, it's the politics of like, let's pretend like we don't. And it's like, nah. And I think going through all of that and then going through Prince's resume and kind of watching his interviews and how honest he was about the art and ownership, I was like, man, I want to emulate that thing. And then I got a chance to go to a random concert. He wasn't even supposed to be performing there.
Wow.
In LA, and it was probably 100 of us in this room. It was like a mini little club lounge space, and people just start bringing out instruments. And I just put this record out of his called Shush. I did like a cover of it.
Yeah, I know it well.
Man,
so I did a cover. Yeah.
And he maybe like 10 minutes after the setup, I just heard a guitar, and I was like, bro, what if that's Prince? I don't even know why. It just sounded like, Prince was playing. I was like, man, this is kind of interesting. So, and where I was sitting, I could literally reach out and like touch him if I wanted to. And that was like my first moment ever in my life where I was like, that's my Batman. You know what I mean? Or that's my superhero, in a sense of just watching the aura and like him playing and singing. And I'm just like, man, like he's not going all over the stage dancing. It's just controlled, vibrant energy that people are just in awe of his honesty. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, like that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want to have to feel like I'm doing a service based on what this label told me that Black people enjoy and like. And that never felt good to me. So I've seen a Usher concert, I've watched the Chris Brown concert, and it's like they look like they're enjoying it. I'm like, well, that's their thing. And I was like, well, what's my thing? Because a song that I do, I don't want a Chris Brown to be able to do it. You know what I mean? And the song that Chris Brown would do, he shouldn't want anybody else to be able to perform it like him. And it's interesting having this conversation because Chris and Usher both did this one record by Hitmaker. And Chris Brown ended up saying something along the lines of like, nobody could do this record how I would do the record. And I agreed. I was like, that's the part about, as an artist, when you're so in tune with who you are and what your idea is in clarity, nobody could ever sing a song like you. And if somebody tried, they'd be like, oh, that sounds like Chris Brown. He's trying to be Chris Brown. And I feel like that with Prince, like nobody could sing a Prince record.
Yeah.
And you knew it was a Prince record when you heard it. Nobody else could sing it like Prince. And I was like, again, another piece of an identity that I could take to where it's like, all right, what is that thing that I do, or that key that I sing in, or that instrument that I mesh well with that instantly goes, oh, that's JaXon Gállery.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I love it. It's like, Prince when you hear
it. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, in Prince, you're talking about a master musician,
man,
writer, composer. I mean, Prince and Michael they've always been pitted against each other,
right?
Larry and Magic Johnson, like when you mention one, you mention the other.
Yeah, right? You have to.
And although Michael wasn't the musician as far as Prince was, like you stated a little earlier, but he was more of that performer.
For sure.
I want to give you. We'll go on for hours talking about it.
Right. Listen, this is my time to talk.
You know what I mean? And then, but the same thing about Prince, because if I can just stay in this pocket, right? Yeah, he's gonna dance more of his own freestyle kind of dance,
right?
I call it. But his performance with his instruments and everything that he's going to bring,
man, incredible!
It's unbelievable. We're talking about he's a whole nother monster. We can go another hour talking about him. But this is your time. We're gonna talk about you, Sean. New project, In the Key of Us.
Yeah.
Now, when I heard the name In the Key of, I instantly said, "Oh, hold on." Yeah, because I got the record over there.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But you should know if you love music. Like I said, I got the record over there,
bro.
But the title feels intentional.
For sure.
What does that mean to you?
Man, In the Key of Us, for me, is the identity of one, homage, right? But it's also me getting to a place in a space in love where sometimes you could want something really bad, and it could not be as simple for that person to understand, because we all come from so many different walks of life when it comes to love. And it's me trying to convince this person to a certain degree of like, yo, it should be common sense to know that I love you. It should be common sense to know that I want you. It should be common sense to know that I need you. I'm showing you all these things, but it's like how she was brought up, it was the total opposite. Like, it's not expressed. So she doesn't even know what it feels like and looks like. So for me, In the Key of Us is my first chapter of the type of lover that I am.
It's personal.
Yeah. Like, and that's going to be my thing. Like, all of my projects are going to be some sort of continuation of my chapters till, when I'm done. There's a book that speaks on my life from the starting point to the ending point, and you could pick up wherever you want and understand where I was in that moment, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, whether that's lacking love, finding love, not having love, cheating on love, like all of those things. I'm so imperfect, and I'm a genuine person by nature. But that's In the Key of Us, man. It's creating something with somebody that nobody else understands, but only you and I could understand it. And Stevie Wonder was like, I prayed on a title because I was like, I didn't want to just do a JaXon Gállery, right? It's like, man. And I remember listening to As randomly one day, and I was like, this feels amazing. Like, what album is this? And then I looked and I saw that album cover, and then I was like, what? And I just slept on it, and literally In the Key of Us, and I was like, bro, this is all of my musical influences growing up is literally around and based into this music. And I said, you know what? This is me paying my homage.
Yeah. And I love that the first part of it, In the Key of. I love that. But then the us.
Man.
So it makes it to where, like you said, I'm expressive. I'm writing for us.
For sure.
You and I.
Man.
And you said it should be common sense that you know how I feel about you. I love you. But what's funny is that thankfully, I was able to preview.
Right.
Some inside stuff. I was like, common sense.
Bro.
5 fire. If I had to do the 5 mics, the 5 fires, we use boxing gloves. I'm 5 box.
Appreciate you.
Right there.
Appreciate you, man.
People.
Thank you.
Listen. Common sense is fire.
Thank you.
Bro, you did it on that one.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And props to you with common sense.
Thank you.
The beat.
Bro, that's the thing. This whole project, right?
Man.
I worked with my brothers on this entire project. That particular song is KD, King's Drums, J Minor, and Rico Flash. It's like, I didn't want to go and work with a bunch of people that I didn't know, because I understand now that music is something that should be created with like people that you genuinely care about, that also genuinely care about you, that you guys all genuinely care about the art. And, going back and forth about changing certain beats or instruments, rewriting the hooks, like, it was such a fun process of being able to do what I wanted to do as an artist with my friends, and it being like, bro, when are you dropping this music? I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. Like, I was just talking to KD about it. He's like, bro, like, it's been time, but now is your time. I'm like, nah, bro, it's our time, because when people talk about me and the music, I'm going to talk about you guys, because I couldn't have done it without y'all, one. But it's like, this is a collaborative effort of you guys lending me your genius. And trusted me to write my genius on it. And, hearing you say that again, common sense is one of your favorites. It's like, man, like, I remember when I wrote that song, I was like, This is probably my favorite song right now.
Oh man, whoa, really?
Yeah,
love it.
Sure.
So, love, expectations, roles. What made you want to have those conversations now on this album?
And I feel like it was time for it. I've people are always asking me, well, specifically women, why are you single? And the music tells it. It's like sometimes as a man, it's like I don't want to have to always express and explain why I genuinely love you. Why can't you just accept it? I don't want to always have to reach out to make you feel that I care. It should be this mutual thing. And it was just an open conversation and just previous relationships that I was just like, man, like I felt like there have been like a common denominator of wanting something for somebody that they don't understand that they need, or knowing how to embrace this love that's genuine. Like I think we live in a space and time now to where it's like people are always like, it's always greener on the other side because you got all these social media things where it's like, well shoot, well if you mess up, there's 20 other guys in my DMs talking and saying all these things, but it's like, all right, but that's only one me. I'm really popping my shit on this. I'm really saying there's only one me. You know what I mean? But if you think there's another somebody better, then cool. But I'm gonna be the person that you're gonna think about and that you're gonna miss for sure.
Yeah. I think also, like you said, being older, I had to learn what goes on in my head doesn't mean it's projected in someone else's. So a lot of times I would, whenever I had a significant other, it was always, you should know how I feel about you.
Right.
Although I don't say it all the time, or I wouldn't say it, you should still know how I feel.
Right.
But I always had an issue expressing myself verbally, but I would express it through acts of service or what I do. So for you to say what you're saying now, I understand what you're saying. Man. I truly understand what you're saying about having to say it all the time. Man, it should be common sense. Go back to the you
know what I mean? Sometimes it's not. Some people's love language, and that's another thing that I had to learn, that everybody's love language is different. So it's like I could think that me hugging this person is giving them love, but they could be needing words of affirmation.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And it's like, but you have to have these conversations together to understand each other. And I think, that's another side of it. I think the reason that, this project is needed because I don't think people are having those conversations. It's just this, well, it's not working the way I wanted to right now, so I'm gonna go and find something different. It's like, no, figure out why. My song Shadows is literally talking about the idea of losing a person. Now it's like I'm falling in love with this idea of, when I would get home, there was this person that was there waiting for me and kissed me, and she would look me in my eyes and, shower together, and we would go lay down, and now that person is gone, right? And now it's like I'm coming home, it's quiet, I'm showering by myself, I'm going to bed by myself, and it's like, but I still feel where she laid, there's still this space that's there, and it's like, man, I remember what that felt like, right? And then now I'm trying to find, and then I find it again, and it's like, all right, I'm doing all the things I should have done the first time, this time around. So much so, this shit should be common sense. And just in case you don't get it, there's a song on there also. It's called Miracle Water. It's like,
oh yeah.
Like, if you don't get anything up until this point of me telling you what I love about you, what I love, and me kind of showing you and expressing lyrically who I am and the type of person I am, if none of that makes sense, Miracle Water is like, all right.
Miracle Water should, yeah.
and if you don't get Miracle Water, then listen, she might not be for me. She might not be the one. Let me move out your way so I can let you go and find your person, and you move out my way so I can go find my person.
In my notes for Miracle Water, I put, yes, sir. I put yes, sir.
Come
Miracle
on,
Water.
man.
Water. I like
that's love.
It is man, look. That you got a good project, my brother.
Thank you
got
so
a
much.
good project.
I appreciate that.
What song on the project do you feel if someone hears that song, they know who you are?
Okay. Two different songs. I'm gonna say why. Any woman platter. Like all the women that they know.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Platter.
You hear me? And then this other record called Gyatt. I think that because that kind of breaks down all of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
The beautiful assets on a woman that I enjoy. Like that's really my personality. Like there's like humor in it. There's also like serious undertone in it as well, which is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like those two songs for sure would definitely express my personality for women for sure.
Yeah, and for God, man, I wrote my notes, heavy guitar lick,
bro,
and that's
Rico is, and he comes from a musical family. You know what I mean? I think his dad tours and plays instruments.
Okay.
So it's like Rico, man, is like freaking genius. You know what I mean? He's from Florida.
Oh yeah.
And, bro, he is incredible artist, songwriter, producer.
Okay.
Man, like, and it like when we first met, we didn't talk. You know what I mean? Like we like what's up, and like we didn't exchange numbers because I didn't know him, he didn't know me.
Yeah.
And we were like at this listening party. Well, not listening party. It was like one of my friends, low key, he had a studio and he was doing these mixers. And he would just bring in certain people who's like, yo, I need you to just come in, just check out the music, see what's. I was like, cool. And I remember meeting Rico that night. I was like, man, something about him. I don't know what it is. Because I'd heard him play a record, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, bro, in all the rooms I've been in, this nigga is dopest out of everybody.
Yeah.
And so we had chopped it up and I followed him on Instagram and he posted this song one night. I was like, bro, is there a second verse on it? He was like, nah. I said, bro, send it through right now. He sent it. I recorded a verse on it. And then from there, we exchanged numbers and we just kept in contact. And we just started working. And it was like instant. And that's the one thing I will say, like when I worked with KD, it was instant. When I worked with J Minor, it was instant. When I worked with Rico, it was instant. And it's like, bro, they're my Quincy Jones, JD, and Pharrell. You know what I mean? Like, that's who they are for me.
Gotcha.
Because they're all so different, but they're also unique, but they're also dope in their own special way. Where it's like Rico wouldn't do a KD beat, and KD wouldn't do a J Minor beat. So it just balances out the level of music. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Rico, he went crazy on that.
Man, he would, yeah.
Yeah.
He went crazy. Guitar licks are crazy.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Crazy on them, man. Crazy.
Yeah, he went crazy.
I'm gonna assume this is your most honest project.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Just because this is my first project that I've ever written solely by myself.
Gotcha.
So I didn't have any other place to pull from other than, you know what I mean, my current situation. So I was like, all right.
Was there anything that you put on the album that made you maybe hesitate a little bit? Or maybe just a little nervous or
Shadows. Because I feel like that was that was my I miss you, and I didn't want to say that out loud. That was my little ego.
Okay.
And it's like I know all the girls I've dated will hear it and be like, oh yeah, this is about me. But you know, it's about this one particular person, and it's like I didn't want to say it. You know what I mean? I didn't want her to know it. But it's like that's part of it. I think when I understood that most things that make you uncomfortable really create a space for people to be like, man, I know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know this feeling. And some people chase that shadow for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? Trying to find that person again, and they don't find that person again. And then other people, it's either rekindled or you find a version of that person that's better fit for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, shadows for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
What I liked about Shadows is it reminded me of a little Afro beats.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Katie. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You talked about just your sound. And for me, we've kind of talked about how your influences from Prince and I think you said Al Green and some of the other
yes, Lord.
Those songs and the writing of that time period, a lot of us grew up on, and that made us love the music. But for me, music is starting to shift and change a lot. For me, a lot now.
Sure.
I'm starting to hear shorter sounds, quicker hooks. Sometimes we have to make out a bridge,
right?
If there are some, or sometimes there are no bridges at all.
Right.
Being how you were influenced and who influenced you, how has that affected your approach to writing?
Man, I think it didn't affect it. It just made me more mindful of, and it's sad to say, but sometimes people don't care about music. People just want a quick hit and be gone. And it's like the music, we grew up on, and these artists we're talking about, like Al Greens and Stevie Wonders, Marvin Gaye, like there were spiritual beings, people playing all of this music, all these instruments that we're listening to, they were playing it. And I think that connection, right, was what made us feel something, because there was a spirit and a soul coming through those speakers. And I think now it's like artists are competing with this algorithm.
Yep.
And it's like you there's one side to where it's like, man, fuck the algorithm. It's like, I want to get out my passion. I want to get out what I feel. I want to get out whatever these things are. And it's like, I feel like when people that are in the industry, they're like, yo, I want to hear the hook here, and I need to hear the hook first. I need to hear something first so I can be. And then it's like, everybody's fighting to be in the industry, but it's like, but there is no industry if us as artists don't give these people our diamonds. You know what I mean? And it's like, thinking about having to hurry a hook or verse, it's like, I don't want to jeopardize the music for this moment in time that could change in 4 years. You know what I mean? And I saw this interview with Kanye yesterday.
Okay.
And he said, I'm not right. He said, I may not be right, but I'm right. I'm just not right now. And when he said, I was like, bro, that's the thing. It's like, what I'm creating right now might not feel like it's right now, but there's going to come a point when I'm right. And that moment is going to be at that now moment.
At that now moment, yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I was talking to Rico about it. I was like, bro, like, I did one bridge on this project. And I was like, man, like, I remember hearing a bridge, the switches and the change ups and the melody and
there you go.
It just kept elevating. And it's like, now I think music is just this thing that's like, people are using as like background music, and they're not really sitting with it. And I think that's because, like, again, there's so many outlets of music, and there's so many ways to put music out. And it's like, it just doesn't, music itself doesn't feel as special and sacred as it used to be. Like, everybody couldn't just do music. You know what I mean? Now it's like, you can have a setup at your house that's the same exact setup as $1 million studio.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think the art of it all is still special. I just think sometimes the fans aren't one to tell us what it is. It's like sometimes we have to tell the fans like, yo, this is me. And this isn't influenced by what you guys are telling me that I need to do as an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If somebody were to tell Kanye to not do My Dark Twisted Fantasy, who knows where we'd be? You know what I mean? If somebody tell Basquiat to not draw that painting, this is what I want you to draw. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody tell Martin not to walk. You know, don't speak.
Yeah.
And it's like I think certain arts in life have to stand for and on something that's way bigger than like the opinion of somebody, because nobody knows. Yeah. we're all just hoping, but there's some of us that are intentional in what we're doing. And again, it might not hit today, tomorrow, but when it does hit, that's genius. You know what
I mean? I remember to kind of go back what you said, because something popped in my head when you said it. Those guys were spiritual.
Man,
music. It's like building a house, and 100%. Their music are bricks, and it continues to stay. Like
100.
Songs in the Key of Life. That album. It's not moving from that. Like it's not moving from that foundation
at all.
Those bricks aren't moving. And I remember one of my favorite jazz songs of all time. George Benson plays it. It's his signature song. It's Breezing. You know, I thought for the longest that was his song. I love My Father, Gyatt. That's where I get it from. I thought it was his song.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Bobby Womack wrote that song.
Crazy.
And it is a jazz like we're talking about. If you think you lonely now, Bobby Womack, like Bobby Womack. And he wrote a song that has now shifted over to the jazz world, where that song is a standard known song. Anytime it comes on, everybody knows it.
You hear me?
And if you don't know the name of it, you can, once you hear it,
you identify it.
You're going to identify it.
100%.
And that's where, for me, where music lasts. Like,
for sure.
Like you said, it lasts. And there was a time where I was afraid of listening to new music because it wasn't how it used to be.
100%.
We talked about church growing. We talked about church.
You hear me?
Church, we're gonna have
man, listen.
Verse, chorus, break. It's the traditional structure of a song, just like R&B 100%. Was. We kind of don't have that now.
No.
And I miss it.
For sure. People miss it.
Yeah.
Like people that grew up on it, understand it and miss it. And it's weird that music is becoming this thing to where it's like, it's getting shorter and shorter. And it's like, bro, y'all want me to tell an incredible story in a minute and 20 seconds? No bridge. Like music used to be people's life songs.
Yeah.
Now it's just a song that people are just, oh, I like this. And then it's like, you only know this hook of a song, and it's like, what? Like people used to know, like, it's no coincidence. Like you can go to a club and you'll still hear an old school R&B song being played, and you'll hear all the, you know what I mean? But bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. What? The whole club is singing the song.
Yeah.
You hear me? And it's like, bro, those moments are the moments that I feel like when music is allowed to be music, it creates this atmosphere that people remember for a lifetime. Like, I heard so many songs, and it's like, I'm literally listening, and I'm just like, is this like this industry thing that's pushing to make me like this song? Or do I genuinely like this song? And it's like,
okay.
I don't know if I genuinely like this song, but I've heard it 30 times back to back. And I'm like, oh, okay. There's something to like about it. Yeah. And it's like, sometimes you're like, well, is that the new norm? Or are you just intentionally looking for something that you just don't connect to in that song? And that song may just not be for me. And it's okay. You know what I mean? There's a community for every song. That's what I've learned.
Yeah. Imagine telling Luther, house is not a home, it's too long. You got to make it 2 minutes.
Man,
what? Are you
missing a whole moment. We got a whole different song now. Like what?
No, I can't. No, we can't do that. Or telling Whitney she can't do this. No, I'm just warming up.
You hear me, man? Whitney gonna take you to church. But that's the thing. I think this era that we're talking about, it was really ran by art. Now I think it's ran by algorithm.
Yeah.
And I don't think music is getting its proper due as it should. Like, in order for people to like, you're telling me that I have 100,000 fans on my Instagram, and when I post something, 100 people see it.
Algorithm.
But in order for me to let the people who came to see me, right, who are supporting me, in order for them to be able to see that I just posted something, I gotta give you guys money in order to.
Algorithm. That's crazy.
Bro, and that's the thing, and it can be frustrating as an artist.
Yeah.
To where it's like, bro, I'm creating incredible music, but the spaces and places that be aren't allowing me to be great unless I convince myself to pay them for something that people are on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok. They're on those spaces because of artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or actors. Or producers. You know what I mean? They're not just on these places like, oh, I just want to be here just to be here. No, they're following people.
Yeah.
You know, there's a community of people that they're following there. And it's like, there isn't a place. Well, I take that back. There is a place. Chorus Sync is, for me, I think it's going to be a place that artists will go to be themselves authentically and to get paid what they're owed. Without this, if you put your music here, we own your voice. You know, we own a portion of your music. Oh, we'll pay you guys 0.01% of whatever this stream is. And it's like, why is music in such a you don't need to know space? You know what I mean? But it's the most sacred thing. Like, you watch a movie, there's going to be music played. You hear a commercial, there's going to be music played. Like, music is everywhere. You know what I mean? So why is it that music is this thing to where it's like, oh, music really isn't that important? Yeah, you don't need to make money off music. It's like, no, y'all are making billions of dollars off of music. But why are the artists not receiving it?
The creators and you're right.
So and people are waking up to that. So I think music is about to get back to this place where we grew up on those bridges, live music in these songs where it's like, all right, music is becoming music again.
Yeah, you can see the shift is coming back because
for sure
you're seeing, even just looking at, and I understand why they were the verses that just happened with Tyrese.
Yep,
both had live bands.
Man,
both legitimately had 2 live bands on set. No DJs, but they
don't need it.
No. We come from the era where we need that live music, that instrumentation. We sing.
You hear me?
We need it.
Man.
And I think once your project releases, the people are going to appreciate what you've done, you and the fellas, with the creation of this album. One, you're paying homage to Stevie, but your thoughts, your soul, everything that you were thinking of, like you just said, you're honest, is you. You are the sole writer. You put your all into this project, and I want to congratulate you for that. And telling y'all common sense. I'm trying to tell you. Telling you all of the songs. Common sense.
Man,
it's coming. It's coming. I know we've been going, but I have to. I do this with a lot of the artists that we talk about. We will have a little fun. Give me your Mount Rushmore for male R&B artists.
My Mount Rushmore.
It's male R&B artists.
Ooh, they're not gonna like this. Okay.
Oh, that's what I like.
So I'm gonna go Prince.
Okay.
Stevie. R. Kelly. Luther. Usher. Usher.
All right. So you only got 4.
Only got 4?
Yeah, it's only 4.
I'll take off.
Ooh. They gonna hate you on this one. They gonna hate you.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it the foundation of all right.
Okay.
Prince.
Yep.
Al Green.
Oh.
Luther. Stevie Wonder.
Okay. So you moved him out.
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
That way ain't no smoke, ain't no beef.
Ain't no smoke. But you put Al in. Why Al? Why
Man,
Al?
Listen, I'm mad that I forgot Al. It's Prince. Well, yeah, it's Prince and Al for me. Like those are the two that I grew up on. But I think my Common Sense, my Miracle Water, that's like my Al Green of Love and Happiness. That's my So Tired of Being Alone. Even Shadows, like those songs were really written in a space of, man, how vulnerable would Al be? You know what I mean?
There you go.
And again, I took my edge from Prince, my vulnerability from Al Green. Like, and that's gonna always be my palette as to where I start. Always.
And I'm glad you said that, because actually that was one of my questions. What did you pull from those artists? And you just answered it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
man, that was. I want to hear the people talk. I tell you what, if they don't agree with your list, y'all know what to do.
You hear me?
Go debate your auntie. Call your auntie up and say, Auntie.
You hear me? Go debate her, man. Ain't going back and forth with you.
No, we ain't going. We're not going back and forth. But and I do see that you gave love to Usher as that fifth. And you know, I can't take anything away from Usher. Usher has, to me, he cemented himself as
one of them ones for sure.
One of them ones. And to me as well, I gotta give this young brother, man, his props. Chris Brown.
We talking. But you know what's crazy? Miracle Water was written for Chris Brown.
What?
Miracle Water. Shadows were written for Chris Brown.
Okay. I hear it.
I said to myself, bro, I don't want to not let these songs just sit. Because at that time, me and KD were working on the 1111 project.
Okay.
And we just had some industry politics that happened. And it was a couple songs that we was gonna have on that project. And
man, go ahead and shine, man. Shine. Tell them people who you worked with. I forgot.
So
tell the people who you worked with, man.
So yeah, we worked on Chris, Trey. I did like 4 on Charlie Wilson. I worked with this K-pop group named Shiny. Man, I ended up writing like a Billboard it was like number 8 on digital streams. I've worked with Jason Derulo. I've did some stuff with Trey. Did some stuff. What's her name? I cannot think of her name right now. Well, yeah, I've definitely had my fair share of writing. I've did stuff for Usher as well. Yeah, man, it's just one of those things where it's just timing. And I think a lot of times, like when you're able to get in the room and actually do it, rather than just sending it through, and it's like, yeah, he said he want to change this, and it's like, okay, cool, then you change this. Like, yeah, he want to. It's like, bro, just tell him to call me so I can pull up, so we can just like knock it out. You know what I mean? So I'm there. I'm able to do whatever it is that he's trying to change or add to it. Because sometimes, you know, as an artist, it's like I could be thinking a totally different thing, and it's like you're on the right street, you're just at the wrong house. And it's like, well, I need to address so I can get to the right house. You know what I mean? And that's a job as a songwriter.
Yeah.
That's it.
People, I hope y'all heard what he said. He put 4 on Uncle Charlie's.
Man, yeah.
Stop playing with him.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, man, look at here. We talking about Gyatt band. Uncle Charlie, outstanding. What are y'all talking about? Y'all better understand what's going on. We talking about this man got scores. All right.
Come on, man.
I'll talk about my brother. I love to hear that. I love to hear it. Much respect or props to you.
Thank you.
Hey, I love him, my brother. Before we wrap, next week In the Key of Us drops.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want the people to feel the first time they press play?
Thank God, not another generic ass R&B song. That's exactly what I want people to feel. If I had to give them something to feel, but I genuinely want them to feel and take with it whatever they want. But I genuinely want them to listen from top to bottom and enjoy the story and the journey of it all. Because it's some great music, and sometimes it might not be the first listen, it might be the second, it might be the third, or it could be the first. But I guarantee you, there's songs on there that you will fall in love with. I promise you.
The first. Keep telling you. First time I heard Common Sense, I fell in love with it. So
yeah,
hey,
for sure.
That's I like to hear that, my brother. I like to hear that.
Absolutely.
And I want you to finish this sentence, and we'll close it out.
All right.
This album is different because
I wrote it with my friends, and we all had a commonality of creating the best possible music that we could make in that moment.
Authentic. There you go. Authentic.
That's all I can ask for, bro. I did my best. We did our best.
In the Key of Us, everybody. Where can we find In the Key of Us, Jackson?
So In the Key of Us is going to be exclusively on Core Sync.
Okay.
The website. I'll just have it up there for like 2 weeks, and then I'll send it to all the DSPs. Which that company is owned and ran by my brother Reginald Jackson. But again, that's where you'll be able to get all of my music and merch that I'm going to do. I'm only going to drop there for the first 2 to 3 weeks, because one, it's like when you're able to build on something that's your own, it just feels different, you know. And it's like I want artists to discover to you could come here and sell whatever you're going to sell, and you get the full profit of it. You get the full write-up of how it came, what it is. It's clarity. And I think that's the part that my brother clearly wants us as artists to have, which is transparency and clarity.
Love it. Love it. Everybody, make sure you go to Core Sync. It drops Monday. There we go.
Monday. Yeah, man.
What is that? The 13th?
13th.
Monday the 13th. Everybody go to Core Sync, and I need you to get In the Key of Us.
Yes,
Lord. In the Key of Us. Go get it. JaXon Gállery. Go get it. Yes, Jackson, where can the audience find you?
So y'all can follow me on the IG is JaXon Gállery, JaXon_GALL 3RY, and that's why I'll be posting all the stuff with the Core Sync stuff. So yeah, I'll have like a direct link there, so you ain't gotta worry about trying to find it. Just come find me, and then it'll find you.
Yes, sir. Any touring coming up?
Man, we're working on some stuff right now. Speaking of Usher and Chris Brown, just
man.
All I'm saying is, Usher.
Usher.
Boy.
Holla at you, man. Ursha,
listen, man, I'm had to call Katie like, hey, KD, hit your connect, bro. Let me see a credit album to see. I don't even need 10 minutes. Just give me 3. I'll make something shake, man. You hear me? That I'll probably try to fit at least 4 songs.
We gonna get that programming.
You hear me?
We gonna program it the way we get that little 3 to 5.
You hear me? Need them.
Yes, sir. Hey, all right, Ush.
Right.
You know what's funny? They put R&B. I was like, R&B. Raymond and Brock,
man. Nah, they listen. Whoever did the marketing was genius.
Genius. And boy, them tickets finna go out the roof.
Man. I'm trying to be inside the building on the stage. Like, what's Atlanta? What's up?
I don't know who. Hey, this needs to get to the hands of whoever needs to get to, but
man,
brother, praying that you my prayers that you hit that stage.
Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And y'all know what it is, JaXon. I appreciate you pulling up and having this conversation for
Absolutely.
real.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yes, sir. Anytime, as soon as your album hits, brother, we are gonna promote it here on our side.
Let's do it. I appreciate
everything that we can to get it, spread, and it is, we're gonna get it out there.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You are always welcome to come back.
Appreciate you.
If you hit those tours, you come to Florida.
Come on, man.
My brother.
That's easy. That's the easy part. Like, hey, pull up, man. We here.
I'm in Tampa. I'm in Tampa. I'm close to Orlando. It is Miami.
Right.
I'm there. You say, hey, bro, this one will be at.
For sure. No, I got you. I swear.
All right, I got you, my brother. Hey, y'all know what it is. And in this corner, y'all know what it is. Follow us. And in this corner podcast, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and in this corner podcast. We're going to put all the links right here on the stage. Again, my brother, I appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you for having me. For
sure. And if y'all don't like anything that me and JaXon the dog just said, y'all know what to do. Call your auntie up and go debate your auntie.
You hear me?
Outside of that, hey, we up out of here. My brother, appreciate you.